me to welcome our new PhD students on behalf of the whole department. So, dear PhD students, as you begin your doctoral journey, each of you becomes a full member of our academic community, a community in which, starting today, you will play an essential role. Our department has always strongly believed in and invested in PhD programs because we know how crucial PhD students are in bringing fresh perspectives, energy, enthusiasm, and innovative capacity. As PhD students, your ambition should be to push the frontiers of knowledge, contributing through your work to redefining the boundaries of science and innovation. This ambition is fully shared by our department, which stands as a benchmark at both national and international levels in the fields of control systems, computer science, and management engineering. We are ready to offer you our full support within a fertile and stimulating environment characterized by a strong interdisciplinary approach, an extensive network of international collaborations with universities, research institutions, and companies around the world. This network will enhance and amplify the impact of your research. The PhD journey is certainly challenging, but it's also an extraordinary opportunity. During this journey, you will acquire advanced knowledge and technical skills, and you will be encouraged to embrace an interdisciplinary vision, an essential approach for addressing the complex challenges we face as researchers in academia and as researchers striving to offer solutions that benefit both the economic system and society as a whole. Your work will have a tangible impact in key areas such as artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, big data management, automatic control, operational research, management engineering. At the end of this journey, you will be prepared to play an important role in academia, in research institutions, in public and private organizations. You will be capable of driving change, advancing knowledge, and transforming expertise into value for society. I encourage you to embrace this experience with curiosity, passion, and determination. Collaborate with others, exchange and share ideas, explore new directions, and do not be afraid to fail. Keep going with determination, and you will see that in the end, you will achieve significant results. Perseverance is part of research, and meaningful results come with time. I'm confident that with your talent and dedication, you will make this department even stronger and more prestigious. So, have a great start, good work, good luck, and welcome to the Department of Computer Control and Management Engineering. Thank you. Now we will hear from 3 former PhD students who successfully completed their PhD a few years ago. They will share their experiences and what they did after their PhD, giving you a first-hand view of what this journey can be like. So, chi è il primo? Chi c'è come primo?
So sorry, so we have a small change in the program because Valentina Bracaglia is now has an urgent commitment in ACEA, so she will postpone her talk. So the first one would be Luca di Giammarino. Dov'è Luca? Ah, eccolo. So, ok. Adesso mi devo... Aspetta una cosa. tu hai le tue, no? Aspetta perché c'è qualcuno che chiede di entrare nel meet, ho sentito. Dov'è? Mi collego da qua. Ok.
Ma è condiviso lo devo
Deve essere già condiviso.
Okay. So, hello everyone. I am Luca di Giammarino, and I'm going to present and share my experience as a PhD. So I'm currently an assistant professor. I was former PhD till the beginning of 2024, and as you can see, I'm still alive. So I wanted to call this presentation a PhD with side quests. I don't know if you know about side quests, like when you game, the side quests are kind of secondary missions that you have to do. And my PhD was full of it. So just a very brief introduction about myself. I'm part of RVP group, that stands for Robotic Vision and Perception. And basically we are at the intersection of these three fields, vision, robotics, and graphics. So we work from like mobile robot navigation to active localization, active perception, to 3D rendering, Gaussian splatting, and 3D reconstruction, and semantic mapping. So okay, it was muted. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Okay, so we got this. I'm currently, recently we co-founded a startup with my colleagues, a few of my colleagues. This is called ZUp, and it's about, obviously, what we actually doing as a research. So we work in the automation side for automation for unmanned ground vehicles, sorry. And it's a Sapienza startup. So about me, we just saw something, and I wanted to make my journey as a game. Like the first part of my PhD was this enthusiastic beginning that got some side quests and some hidden mechanics, leveling up. And so basically, if you start like young and motivated as Paul Francis, then you might end up as High Sparrow. And that's one of the meme I like more. Of course, it's my nice way to remember Pope Francis. And about this game. So I wanted to make levels in this game. So we have 5 levels, like in strategy games, where each level corresponds to like an impact in the society, so something that impact a revolution in the society. So I was starting from my master's degree that I was more a caveman. Here we are at the born of agriculture, so 10,000 years before Christ. This is my first level. Duration is 36 months, as you are aware, in Italy. The difficulty is unknown. You don't know about this. So what I expected initially was to have a super linear plan, like, you do some publication, you do some conferences, some talks, you network with people. But careful, because, this is the main quest, so the main mission, but some side quests may appear randomly. Therefore, the main quest was to finish the PhD. The first side quest I got was that my PhD was industry funded. So of course the reward is that you gain a lot of engineering skills at the cost of doubling your time of work. Another side quest is that when I started my PhD, we were me, the advisor, and Barbara, but me and Barbara, we were working on something completely different. So basically we were on our own with our advisor. So you reward independence, but at the cost of slow feedback, okay? So you don't have a group really. Last side quest, this is something that I was looking for. It was to visit the ATH, and as like a reward you get ideas, nice collaboration at the cost of losing 10 kilograms of your body weights. And of course, you start to understand that like from a linear path, everything becomes a little mess. So my enthusiastic beginning, of course, this is an exaggeration, but I like to tell my story this way. So, my first meeting with my advisor, I came in with some ideas, and of course, none of the ideas were working for some reasons. I wasn't ready yet, of course. So I believe I would publish a lot. I believe I would do a lot of things, finish my project, industry project in advance. None of this happened, of course. No way. So basically, I was starting to realize what the PhD was actually about. And I'm still here, level 1. So after a few months, I got this imposter syndrome phase. So, and I thought that, they admit me by accident at the PhD. Of course, my code was working on some days, some other days it wasn't working. No one knows why. Of course, the main reason is that you are overstressed because you are still kind of calibrating how your PhD needs to go. The first side quest was about the industry-founded project. So I was working for a company related to Netflix. This guy was the manager of the digital image manager, Giardiello. He had a startup that was working for Netflix too. And of course, this locked 20 months of my time. The Italian PhD is 36 months, so it's very easy to understand how much time is left to do research. And what you gain here is a lot of engineering skills and fast prototyping, but at the cost of working more. The other side quest was that, as I told you, I started on my own with the advisor, so of course you don't have a real group, you don't have peer feedback. Everything is filtered through one person. We didn't even have LLM when I started. Here I was starting to level 2, but of course, here, emoji are not visible. I should use my laptop, it's fine. Level 2 is the invention of the wheel, so 4,000 before Christ. We were writing the paper with my advisor, and we had both COVID, we didn't know, it was COVID time. So I was writing the paper, it was a mess, he was writing the paper too, then we iterate. This is what happens usually when you write a paper. First time is a mess, and my advisor was blaming me that was a terrible sentence when he wrote the sentence. So this is something that usually happens. So sorry, professor, advisor for this, but it's quite common. Suddenly, finally, we multiplied. So I survived to the first year, and we got this group growing up. What people that came after brought, a lot of cheering and laughing that are extremely important during your PhD and usually in your life, new responsibilities, and of course, less pure focus on your research. So you are not anymore, it was not anymore Luca-centric, my PhD, but it was group-centric. At this point, we are at level 3, which is the invention of the printing in 1400. So from Giorgio, we got me and Barbara, and then 3 more people, 2 more people, 1 more, and currently we have from this year Shunmei Zhongmu from China, Valerio and Jose, and pretty happy how the group is growing, many new ideas, many things to learn, and many time to invest on new things. My last side quest was about this visiting at ATH Zurich. So, of course, what I visited, it was CVG, it was a computer vision and geometry group headed by Marc Pauleface. I know that, DIAG life in Zurich was a bit expensive, but I didn't mind. I wanted to do my experience anyway. So I met a lot of new people. The environment there was really competitive, but the people were so nice. And new research project, of course, new networking, a lot of networking. You need to deal with Zurich prices. Thanks to Mark that gave me that with 1,000 and something, you cannot really survive in Zurich. You barely pay your rent. So thanks to Mark that gave me 50% more of the salary to just survive. And when I went to ATH, basically it was my last moment of the PhD, and I had to write my thesis, okay? Because like writing your thesis as a PhD, at least for me, is something that I kind of always procrastinated and leave it at the very end, because I felt it was boring, you know, like you need to copy paste these articles that you did, and you see something that you already saw before. In the end, it's a super important step because you actually understand what you have done during your PhD. And this was something that I was kind of skipping, and at the end, I had to deal with my thesis when I was visiting ATH. So basically, like, it was a real mess, this moment there. It was really crazy, so many things to do. And of course, here I got more mature. It was more like the invention of the telescope, like the invention, not the invention, but the use of telescope by Galileo to see the sky. We are a few years later. Some hidden mechanics that helped me a lot during my PhD. So especially when I was in Zurich, last moment of my stressful life, physical activity saved me a lot. So I was running every day to just release the stress. But of course, this is extremely subjective. So you know what you have to do, or you understand what you have to do. Stress is cumulative, and support, economic and human, both are super important matters. So I learned that, yeah, of course, productivity is not infinite, and my body reminded me multiple times. So leveling up, I mean, that's my kind of level path. So first level, don't break anything. Second level, understand what you're doing. Third level, explain it to the others. Fourth level, write it down. And fifth level, and the last one, defend it, okay? So basically, in the end, what you see is that the PhD is not like really the final boss that you destroy, that you want to destroy, but it's something that you will find back later in the future. Because the PhD is something that relates deadline, some imposter syndrome, maybe, like content switching, teaching, going to mission, going to conference, present to the other, and many other things. So what you learn really during your PhD is how to calibrate yourself in order to face all these problems and all these activities. So just to conclude, what I like most is that I fell in love with something, which was my research. I learned how to do something, and I'm extremely happy with it. I became more independent, of course. I learned to manage heavy, unfortunately, parallel tasks. And especially, above all, I learned when to push and when to pull. So I learned to know myself a little bit more. And that's it about myself. I wish you can kind of fall in love like me with something, and good luck for everything. Thank you.
I just want to make, from the JEP point of view, I need to say something. So the advisor was a man, but the one was crying with the son was a woman. Why? Okay, doesn't matter. Where is the presentation here? Okay, so we have the next one, which is Luca Massarelli. So thank you very much for being here. And we need we need your help.
Possiamo leggere noi il codice della cosa, del Meet? Allora proviamo col cavo, vai. Grazie. Speriamo che lo legge. quello là.
Questo?
Sì. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A piccolino.
Ok.
Ok. Adesso mandi magari alla mail della professoressa la presentazione e la scarichiamo qua.
Ok. E qual è l'email della professoressa?
Allora, c'è l'account laura.palagi. Sì.
Già se lo sapevo, lo facevo prima.
Purtroppo il fatto è che quando il computer è troppo noi non ce la facciamo con il...
Intanto da qua sta. Se è una chiavetta facciamo prima?
Non ce l'ho, vado a
Ok.
prendere.
No, vabbè, tanto devo aprire l'email, lo faccio subito. Ok. Ecco, qua ci metterà un pochino.
È grande la
Laura.
presentazione.
Punto
Chiocciola uniroma1.it.
Uniroma 1.
Uniroma1.
Ok. Ok. Ci metterà un po' perché... Ci metterà un... Da qua l'ha mandata, ci metterà un pochino perché prima che esce da qua ci mette un po'.
Lo rifresciamo, intanto lo rifresciamo.
Sì.
Dai, ci vediamo la pennetta se
Sì. Abbiamo andato a prendere una pennetta perché dal computer non funziona. È appena arrivato.
tipico.
Esatto.
È già scaricata? No? Allora, lo mettiamo. Perfetto. Ok.
Ok.
E non so cosa sta. Forse tutto lo schermo sta condividendo.
Forse poi...
Questo lo passiamo così. C.
Ok. Grazie.
Prego.
Okay. Okay. Good morning. Sorry, we had some technical inconvenience. And first of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Luca Massarelli. I'm a former PhD student of this department. I graduated in 2021. And today I work as a technology specialist at the European AI office inside the European Commission. And I'm very happy to be here today because a few years ago I was sitting on your places. And in my presentation, I would like to share with you how the specific habits and skills that I developed during my PhD actually shaped my career path. My PhD, the work that I have done during my PhD was highly technical. I work on a bunch of different tasks that ranges from using natural language processing for analyze binary functions to investigating if the text that was generated by an LLM was verifiable or not. But one of the most valuable things that I have learned during the PhD is that actually it does not matter so much the task that you are, the problem that you want to solve. What it matters is the process that you use. And one thing that I have learned is to apply the scientific method. This is actually in my current job a very valuable asset that I can apply and that helps me to do my work in the best way as possible. When I started my PhD during the first year, I didn't know very well what was the problem that I want to deal with. So I started to look around, to read a lot of papers, to see what was published in top-tier conferences. And somehow I bumped into this paper that actually was like a spark for the rest of the journey. Basically, I didn't know that the problem of binary similarity even exists before reading this paper, but I was quite interested by the approach that these authors were presenting, where basically they were proposing to use neural networks in order to identify if functions compiled from the same binary were similar. This was very, very interesting to me, so I was very curious to deep dive into that. And by analyzing the literature, by understanding where if there was room for improvement and if new techniques can be applied to this problem, me with the team supported by the advisor were able to develop my first important work that we named SAFE, that stands for Self-Attentive Function Embedding. Basically, the lesson that I learned with this job is that it does not matter if when you start the PhD you already know the problem that you want to solve. What is important is that you try to find the right question and the right problem to solve. But at the same time, when we develop SAFE, we look at this as a nice tool, as for example, for analyzing malware or finding known vulnerabilities in firmware. I didn't thought at all at that time that actually this could be something that I would look also in the future from a policy perspective. Now in my job, in the AI office, our job is to regulate general purpose AI models that could generate systemic risk. And one of the area that I follow is the possibility of the usage of this model for performing a large-scale cyber attack. This is SAFE actually was a first example of how AI can be used in the cyber domain, both for offenses or defenses. And here the work that I did during the PhD actually provide the technical proof of concept for the policy work that today I'm doing. But one of the most important points during my journey was the application to an internship in Facebook AI Research in London. This was a very this was a pivotal point for my career, basically because during this internship I had the opportunity to do some hands-on work on transformer-based large language models. This was in 2019, so way before large language models become so common as of today. But this experience permit me to witness firsthand that actually this technology was something more than autocompletion. And it is from this experience that actually I learned what is the potential, but also the limitation of this model. And now the technical knowledge, the fact that I know the mechanism that actually power this engine permit me to better understand also what is the risk that this model can generate. And then during the third year of the PhD, unfortunately, COVID happened, so we were closed in our home. But this was the year where I actually experienced the power of collaboration. Basically, during my last year, we started the collaboration with a notable professor that was working in the cybersecurity domain, and somehow he suggested to look into a problem that I was totally unaware of its existence. Basically, he suggests that that compilers, when produce optimized code, can somehow have some bugs and can add some wrong debug symbol in the binary that they generate. This is not very known, but this is an important problem, because then if this happens, when you will debug a binary that has this problem, you will observe strange behavior. So, following this suggestion that at the beginning was looking somehow strange, we set up a teams based where we bring together people from the industry that were really working on compiler-related stuff with people from academia. And by working all together, we were able to identify a new techniques in order to identify this type of bugs. And the impact was quite big, because also we were able also to win a distinguished paper award at the top tier conference. So here, the lesson that I learned is that collaboration is usually very, very important and can amplify the impact of your research. And now I'm working in the European AI office, that is the Center for AI Expertise in Europe. All the technical experience that I have acquired during my PhD in the field of AI and cybersecurity is actually very useful for what I'm doing now. In the office, what we are doing is not only to promote the adoption of AI solutions that could benefit our society or our economy, but we also want to support the development of trustworthy AI, while protecting us against the risk that AI can bring. And I think that this is actually, my background here is pretty useful, because by knowing the mechanics of how the technology works, and by applying the scientific method that I have developed during the PhD, this permits me actually to really make the difference in the job that I'm doing. To conclude, these are the three main lessons that I have learned during the PhD, and that I would like to leave you as a main takeaway of my career. First of all, read a lot of paper until you are able to find a problem before the solution. Often, one issue is that you don't know which problem you want to solve, but you start to find solution for some ambiguous problem. It's better, in my opinion, if you can read, if you can understand what other people are doing, and try to identify the problem that really matter and that can amplify the impact of your research. Then, of course, the other lesson that I learned is to trust the people that has more experience than you, your supervisor, but also postdocs that actually has a forward-looking vision and can help you in identify better solution, but also better problem to solve and to avoid loophole. Finally, don't be shy and try to move fast and to embrace the changement. I did my master's degree not in computer science but in physics, and now I work in AI policy. The PhD helped me a lot for making this shift, because by leveraging the scientific method that I have learned to apply during my PhD journey, actually this can permit you to solve different problems that are not only technical but also at policy level. And thank you for your attention, and good luck for your PhD.
Okay, so thank you, Luca, again for this nice presentation too. Now, actually, in the program, if I'm able to find it out again, I don't know, where is it? Here. We should have Valentina Bracaglia, but she has an extraordinary management board where she's going to be elected as chief financial officers in ACEA, so she cannot miss it. And she promised me that she will join as soon as the management board is finished. So I think we can start with the presentation of the PhD now, and then when she's arriving, we will stop for a while. She will have her presentation. Okay, so we will have now a very long list of students coming here. So how it works, we will start from PhD by PhD, and then you will stand here. So each of the coordinator will present the students. So you don't need to come here on the desk and to present yourself. So you will be presented. You will stand here in a way that everyone knows who you are and how it works. So the first one will be automatic control, bioengineering and operational research, and so ABRO. So I just want to see all the students here coming. So let's go here again. Okay, what is just a few words about. So I see two of my colleagues complaining for something that I don't know, however. So first of all, here there is already a mistake, so it's cycle 41, of course. And we have 14 students. And this year we didn't succeed in having 50% male and female, unfortunately. We are working on it, but nevertheless. They are all hosted at DIAG. They are in 3 different curricula: automatic control, bioengineering and operational research. The PhD board is made up of 39 people, about 40 people. 7 of them are not from Sapienza, so from other research centers or from foreign university. And I don't want to see too many details about the contents of the PhD program. That it's obvious for people that are entering here, but what is important is that we have a lot of different topics ranging from, of course, from the different curricula, automatic control, bioengineering and operational research, and we try to make PhD students working together in a way that there is a lot of interdisciplinarity among them. Okay, let's start now calling them one by one. So the first one is Giulia Blandolino. Is she here? Yes, please, come here. So Giulia Blandolino, welcome. This is for you. The small pin that you need to dress every time that you are presenting Sapienza around the world. So this is something important. So Giulia Blandolino is from Bioengineering. She has a bachelor's degree in mechanical system engineering and then biomedical engineering as a master. Her supervisor will be Professor Laura Stolfi, and she is already working on some interesting EEG hyperscanning interbrain synchronization. Okay, so then Filippo Federiconi, are you there? Yes. Curriculum in automatic control. A bachelor degree here in our department, Engineering Informatica Automatica, and Master in Control Engineering. The supervisor is Professor Peter Bissa, and co-supervisor Alessandro Giuseppi, who is recently joined the department. Zijan Dai, so here from China. So they have a special. So these are, we have 2 students from this funded by, they have the grant from the China Scholarship Council. And the supervisor will be Professor Giuseppe Oriolo, and on the body motion control, compliance control, human-robot interaction. Haoma, so this is also the first time that I met you. Nice to meet you. Haoma is the second one with this special China grant, master's degree in mechanical engineering in Beijing, and the supervisor will be Professor Marilena Venditelli, and working on simulation of soft tissue deformation, surgical device for surgical training, and medical robot. Mattia Manna, bioengineering. Bachelor degree in statistics, economics, statistica, economia, finanza e assicurazioni, master degree in data science. Here we are, welcome. So the supervisor will be Professor Manuela Petti, and he also has the a special grant from FIS, so a special grant granted, a special grant. Then Virginia Marcelli, Operations Research. So she has a bachelor degree in management engineering and also the master degree in management engineering. And I will be her supervisor. She will work on machine learning, interpretable machine learning, mainly in the optimization methods. Alessandra Nappini, automatic control, bachelor degree here by us, and also the master degree in control engineering. The supervisor will be Professor Daniela Iacovello, optimal control theory, model reduction theory, artificial intelligence and biomedical application. Simone Orelli, no, non c'entrano più qui. Facciamo una seconda fila? Così vengono meglio in foto. Simone Orelli, you can come upstairs. So, curriculum automatic control, si mette là dietro. Here again, from Sapienza, from DIAG, from our master degree. The supervisor, Professor Antonio Franchi, and research interest modeling and control for aerial robotics. Antonio Rapuano, here we are, automatic control again. Bachelor degree in electronical engineering and master degree here in control engineering. The supervisor will be again Professor Franchi. Eccoci. Modeling control for aerial robotics. Stefano Rinaldi, bioengineering. Bachelor degree in bioinformatics and master degree in data science. Prego. Seconda fila sempre. Supervisor, Professor Manuela Petti. He also has the special grant from FIS. Emanuela Rotondo, bioengineering. Lei anche al FIS? No, non mi ricordo. No, supervisor, Professor Ilenia Toppi, master degree, bachelor degree in clinical engineering, master degree in biomedical engineering, here by us. And supervisor Ilenia Toppi on analysis of multimodal signal for bioengineering. Alessandro Tara Borelli. Bioengineering again. Bachelor degree in Ingegneria Clinica, master degree in Ingegneria Biomedica. Here we go. Supervisor Professor Manuela Petti, lei anche un FIS? So, with the special grant of FIS. Elisa Trasatti, curriculum in operation research, master degree, bachelor and master degree in mathematics. So the supervisor will be Professor Marcos Chandrone. She will work on continuous optimization, manifold optimization, and optimization for machine learning. Francesco Ventura, Operation Research Curriculum, bachelor degree in management engineering and also the master. And he has an industrial grant, and the supervisor will be Professor Giuseppe Stecca from IASI CNR. And with this I end up, so please, these are, mi fai una foto a tutti gli studenti, anche con me che sono la coordinatrice. Let's check if Valentina Bracaglia is here. I think no. Okay, you can go. Thank you very much. So she's not here, still not here, so I think we can go to cybersecurity. Vai. Qui c'è i vari pin. Qui c'è come
testa, giusto? Okay. So for the PhD in cybersecurity, I'm happy to share that this year we have 8 new students. These students will be hosted, given that the PhD in cybersecurity is co-organized by Sapienza and Lewis University, will be partially hosted in this department, partially at the Department of Computer Science, and partially in Lewis. The board of the PhD sums up to 25 faculties from the 2 universities plus 3 other experts and professors from foreign universities. I will not go deeply into the details of the various topics, but in general, the topics that our students do research upon are highly interdisciplinary and range from technical topics that are mainly dealt with here in Sapienza to less technical topics linked to laws, international relationship, and cybercrime that are mostly handled by our colleagues in Lewis University. So I'm very pleased to welcome the new students for this new cycle, and let's start with Edoardo Allegrini. Edoardo got a master's degree in cybersecurity here in Sapienza University. This is the PIN, Edoardo, and his research interests range from reverse engineering and LLM to security for agentic AI systems, and his supervisor will be Angelo Spognardi. Francesco Bianchi, the PIN. Francesco got a degree here in engineering computer science, and he will work in topics related to cryptography and in particular zero knowledge proofs and blockchain. And his supervisor will be Ivan Visconti, Professor Ivan Visconti. Next one is Kyuan Kao. Kyuan, please, I hope that I correctly pronounced your name. Kyuan is here after getting a master's degree in control science engineering at Yanshan University. She's the recipient of a grant, a scholarship grant from the CSC, so it's fully externally funded, and she will work in collaboration as a supervisor with Francesco Liberati on topics related to critical infrastructure security, power grid security, and attack detection and mitigation. Next one is Giuseppe Daidone. Giuseppe got a master's degree here in engineering computer science. He's the recipient of an ACEA scholarship. His supervisor will be Professor Jacopo Masi in collaboration with Irene Averini, and Giuseppe will mainly work on adversarial machine learning and in general on the security of machine learning. Next one is Rosa Misirli. Rosa, unfortunately, is not here. She's taking a long battle for getting a visa in Azerbaijan. She's from Azerbaijan. And in this specific moment, she's at the Italian embassy there in order to get her visa. Rosa took a master's degree in computer science at Kazar University quite a few years ago. She will work here on multimodal large language model security and secure code generation, and she will mainly collaborate with Professor Angelo Spognardi. I will get a pin for her as soon. I hope I will be able to deliver it as soon as possible. Next one is Lorenzo Ralli. Welcome to you as well, Lorenzo. Lorenzo got a master's degree in cybersecurity here last year. He will work with Professor Emilio Coppa, that has been here in our department from a lot of years and recently moved in Lewis University. And Lorenzo will work mainly on software testing, in particular firmware analysis, with some application also related to large language models. Anna Francesca Romani. Anna Francesca is connected from remote. So Anna Francesca, if you hear me, I have a pin for you. I will deliver it as soon as we can meet. Anna Francesca got a master's degree in law in Lewis University in 2023, and then got a second level master's degree in compliance and corruption prevention last year. She will work under the supervision of Professor Antonio Gullo, mainly on topics related to laws and cybersecurity, in particular cyber risk management and cyber safety. Finally, Matteo Salvino. So welcome, Matteo, to you as well. Matteo got a master's degree in engineering computer science here in 2022. His topics of interest are threshold cryptography and public key cryptography. And Matteo will mainly work with Daniele Venturi from the Department of Computer Science. That's it for the cybersecurity program. So time for our photo. So, welcome to all of you, and it will be an interesting 3 years of research and activities. So I will leave the floor now for data science. Bracaglia. Okay.
Okay, so as I told you, we now have Valentina Bracaglia that she can join us. Thank you, Valentina. Sorry for being in rush in this situation. I'm so sorry about that. So do you have a presentation or?
No, I don't have a presentation.
So she doesn't have a presentation, so we can simply put her in a... no, so io come si fa?
Can you hear me?
No.
Okay.
Aspetta. Ok, facciamo così. No, sì, mi sono sbagliata. Togli sottotitoli. Okay, Valentina, so we leave you the floor. Thank you very much for being here. I already make a short presentation of you, but I think you will do it again. Thank you.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you. It's a real pleasure for me to be part of this PhD Welcome Day. Sorry for being late and not being there, but unfortunately today I had a board of directors that I could not miss. However, I was in your shoes 13 years ago because indeed in 2012 I enrolled in the 28th cycle of the PhD program in automatic and operation research. Research fascinated me so much that after completing my master's degree, I had no doubt that it was the right path for me, and it was indeed. In fact, PhD is still one of the best experiences of my life. I can assure you that the PhD journey will be challenging, but it will also inspire you because you will have the opportunity to generate new and original knowledge and to push the boundaries of your field. And this brings deep satisfaction. Along this journey, you will not be alone because you will be able to rely on your supervisors, on your PhD colleagues, and on the department's research group, and their wider research network. And at the same time, I strongly encourage you to build upon the existing network of the department by developing your own research connections. So attend conferences as much as you can, and if possible, I recommend you to spend time abroad as a visiting PhD student. I did this, so I spent some period visiting MIT and a period visiting the University of British Columbia. And on this topic, I clearly remember my very first day as a PhD student in Sapienza, because that day, Professor Leporelli, we were having breakfast, and he told me that it would be essential for me to spend a period abroad at another university. And I was kind of surprised because that was my very first day of PhD, and he was already encouraging me to go somewhere else. But then he explained to me his reasoning, and so he told me that only by integrating the research approach of Sapienza with the research approach of other universities, I would be able to bring new perspectives and add value to the work of Sapienza. Otherwise, I would have risked simply to replicate the kind of research they were doing, and I would miss an opportunity. So I followed Professor Leporelli's advice back in time, and today I would like to pass it to you together with its rationale. So I can tell you that I really valued my PhD experience and my subsequent year at Sapienza. So I stayed there only in all 4 years, and it was up to my expectations. However, in 2016, I decided to pursue a career outside academia, and so I accepted a corporate position as a controller in Autostrade per l'Italia. Autostrade per l'Italia, for those who are not Italian, is the company that manages the motorway concession in Italy. Back in time, that decision seemed logical to me for two main reasons. First, my PhD research focused on regulated network industries, and Autostrade per l'Italia is regulated indeed. And second, the role of the controller is highly data-driven. And so I believed that I could apply the quantitative tools, the analytical methods, and the approach that I had developed during the PhD. However, as I transitioned into the corporate world, I realized that PhD did more for me than teaching the technical expertises that I was using. Indeed, what PhD really did, in my opinion, is training me to be curious, to ask questions, even when the answers were not immediately available, to challenge the assumptions and the methodology rather than accepting them, simply because this is how things have always been done. And this is something that in a corporate environment, you listen all the time. So they just keep doing the things the way they used to. So furthermore, my PhD strengthened my critical thinking and taught me how to evaluate the evidence, recognize the limitations, and build structured arguments in complex and uncertain contexts. Besides that, maybe even more importantly, PhD taught me perseverance, because we know, and you will see, that research is not always linear. So sometimes you will have setbacks, some papers will be rejected, it's part of the process, but still you will learn how to remain focused and keep on working, and you will get to the results. And this is a valuable thing in your life besides research. Besides that, PhD also pushed me outside my comfort zone, so it forced me to work independently, to take ownership of the problems, find solution, outside the predefined paths. And in the corporate environment, this ability to navigate uncertainty and act autonomously is a crucial asset. So I learned to be comfortable with not knowing everything. That is not easy for me, and still moving forward. And this is a strength. So looking back, I can clearly say that these skills have been the keys for my professional success, because since leaving the academia, I really had the opportunity to build a career that has been rewarding so far. So as I briefly, talking about my career, as I told you, I left the academia in 2016, in October 2016. I joined Autostrade per l'Italia as a controller. I was the controller of the subsidiary companies, and in few months, I also gained the ownership of the traffic forecast, because they realized that I was quite good with numbers. And the forecasts are a key lever to build value in the Autostrade per l'Italia concession, because the risk of traffic is bared by the concessionaire, so by Autostrade per l'Italia. After that, I also became the head of M&A, head of the controlling of regulated financial and economic plans. And when Autostrade per l'Italia was acquired by Cassa Depositi e Prestiti, Blackstone, and Macquarie, I had the opportunity to work with a new top management team. And in 2023, one of these managers that were coming from GDP asked me to join ACEA as head of planning and control. So it was July 2023. And ACEA is again, for those who are not Italian and who are not from Rome, ACEA is the company that manages, it's the leader in managing the water sector in Italy. It also manages the electricity distribution network in Rome, and it manages waste plants all over Italy. So I entered in ACEA as head of planning and control. In 1 year and a half, the CFO of the group resigned, and I did not look for a new CFO on the market. So the deputy general manager became also CFO, and I'm his deputy. So somehow I'm acting as a CFO here. So I like to share this story with you, not to highlight the personal achievement, they don't matter that much, but really to emphasize a broader message. That is, the skill that you will develop during your PhD can open doors, far beyond the academia. So they will allow you to grow, to adapt, to lead in a complex and demanding environment. So looking back, it was not only what I studied during my PhD that made the difference, but how the PhD taught me to think, to learn, and to face challenges. So for this reason, I believe that whether you choose to remain in academia or to pursue opportunities beyond it, I know that choosing the PhD is the right decision. So embrace your journey fully, and I wish you all the very best for your future, for your PhD and beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, Valentina, very much. A nice talk. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay, so we can now go back again to our presentation. Come si fa? Andata? Sì, sì. Sì. Tu c'hai i pin qui da distribuire.
Hello, I bring the greetings from the coordinator who couldn't be here, Fabrizio Silvestri. The PhD in data science is a PhD devoted to the foundations of data science and their applications to multiple domains that includes digital health, bioinformatics, humanities. So we have active PhD students on all of these topics, and we have a very broad faculty across multiple departments in Rome, other university in Rome, including Tor Vergata and Luis, and centers and universities across Europe. Well, that's it as a broad introduction. So our first student from today is Lorenzo Antonelli, who has both a bachelor and a master in computer science. I think he's from remote, and he's a supervisory Professor Tolomei, and he will work on RAG and recommender systems and counterfactual explainability. Now, I don't know why we missed all the supervisors from here onwards, so I will improvise. The second PhD student is Anna Belaver. She came from Turin, where she took a bachelor in mathematics and a master's degree in stochastics and data science. And she collaborates with one of our participating institutions, which is the EC Center in Turin, on natural disaster modeling, causality, and graph neural networks. I guess she's also remote, or maybe I'm in the wrong room, I don't know. Laura Cipriani, she has a bachelor. If you're here, please come here. She has a bachelor in biotechnology from the University of Tuscia and a master's degree in bioinformatics from the University of Tor Vergata. And she is one of the students working on bioinformatics, especially computational oncology and machine learning and neural network for predictive and prognostic health. So you'll wait to tell me whether I'm in the wrong room, okay? Gabriel Di Nepi has a bachelor in computer science from Roma Tre University and a master's degree in engineering and computer science from this department. He collaborates with former Nuovo Opinione, who is Baker Hughes now, on the integration of memory and agentic behaviors in AI models. So I'm saving a lot in pins. I don't know if I can get. Ali Ghazemi has a bachelor. A bachelor in computer engineering from Sharif University of Technology and a master from our artificial intelligence and robotics master's degree. and he collaborates with engineering on large language model agents, resource-efficient LLMs, and generative models. Giulia Iadisernia, she has a bachelor from LUIS in computer science and a master's degree in data science from here, and she will work on faithfulness of chain of thought and explainability and trustworthiness of large language models. Sorry, I forgot the pin. Very proactive. Kathleen Nicole Kelly, she has a bachelor in psychology and a master's degree in statistics and data science. To be honest, I don't know from where. And she is a second student who will collaborate with the EASY Foundation in Turing on epidemic modeling, infectious disease transmissions, and human contact patterns. Adriano Meligrana, both a bachelor in economics and statistics from Turing, so as you can see, we are quite varied in terms of, let's say, background, and a master's degree from the University of Milan in data science and economics. He will collaborate with another major institution in Turing, which is Sentai, on agent-based modeling, reinforcement learning, complexity economics, and econometrics. Elena Muya, she has a bachelor's degree in applied computer science and artificial intelligence from Sapienza, and a master's degree from here in artificial intelligence and robotics. She is currently collaborating with Cambridge on multi-omics genetic modeling, graph transformers, and biological interpretable cell embeddings. So it will be a very fun picture now. We need to use, generative AI too. Sam Sirin, he has a bachelor in econometrics from Erasmus University of Rotterdam, and please your pin, and the master's degree from our master in data science, and his research interests include game theory, neural networks, and Google Maps, which is, and finally, Thomas Fontanari, he comes from the University of Rio Grande in Brazil with a bachelor in computer engineering, a master in computer science, and his research interests are in efficient interpretable AI, modular deep learning, and conditional computation. So it was not finally, sorry. Stefano Saravalle, bachelor and master's degree from Sapienza in computer science, and his interests are in AI safety and mechanistic interpretability in generative AI. Maybe they are afraid of me, I don't know. Maria Vittoria Vestini, a bachelor in mathematics, please, and a master's degree in data science, and her research interests are in robustness of graph neural networks, smoothness, and small and efficient large language models. Lorenzo Zaffina, a bachelor and a master in physics from Pisa, and his research interests are in network neuroscience, higher order interactions, collective animal behavior, and emotion and information in the human brain. And that's it. So. Ho visto che ha fatto, sì, sì. Ah, mi ci metto le slide? Le facciamo? Vai, vai, vai.
Okay, the next PhD is Engineering Computer Science. I'm Roberto Navigli, the coordinator of this PhD. For this cycle, we have 7 students, and here actually I'm proud to say that we are quite balanced, 4 males and 3 females, 47 active students in total. The board is made up of 27 faculties plus a few external professors and researchers. Main areas are all areas of computer science and of course also including areas of AI. So now I'll call the 7 students, and don't forget to get the pin. So the first one is Marina Juliana Aur, bachelor degree in computer science, master degree in data science, research interests in natural language understanding, multilinguality, evaluation, and interpretability. I'm the supervisor. The second one is Alessio Borgi, Bachelor in Applied Computer Science and AI, and Master degree in AI and Robotics. I'll do it, don't worry. Research interests in graph neural networks and shift neural networks, geometric deep learning, generative models, supervisor Pietro Rio, co-supervisor Fabrizio Silvestri. Third one is Adriano Izzi, Bachelor in Computer Science, Master degree in Engineering Computer Science, research interests in Industry 4.0, LM integration in software engineering and database applications. He's not here. Francesco Leotta is a supervisor. Then we have Fabio Majorana. Flavio has a Bachelor in Computer Engineering and a Master degree in AI and Robotics. Research interests are reinforcement learning, humanoid robots, and humanoid robot soccer. Supervisor Professor Luca Iocchi. Then we have Michela Ricciardi Chelsea, Bachelor in Computer and Control Engineering, Master in Control Engineering, research interests multimodal deepfake detection, adversarial machine learning, deep learning transparency, Supervisor Irena Merini. Elisa Santini, Bachelor in Computer and Control Engineering, Master in AI and Robotics, Supervisor Giuseppe De Giacomo, interests planning and reasoning, formal methods and reactive synthesis. And finally, Simone Teglia, Bachelor in Computer Engineering, Master degree in Engineering Computer Science. Research interests are multimodal deepfake detection, multimedia forensics, a mixture of experts, and Supervisor Irene Merini. And that is all. So,
Hello everybody, I'm Francesco Costantino. I'm here on behalf of the coordinator of the Industrial Management Engineering PhD program. That is Professor Giulio Gravio, that was not able to come here today. The PhD program in Industrial Management Engineering is shared with another department, is with the Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering department. Here we have some students, and we hope to grow up with students at DIAG. The PhD program is about a wide range of topics inside the industrial management engineering fields. Basically, the design and development of a product, process to make product, and organization that have processes that make products. And we consider, of course, as a product, the manufactured item, but even the service that sometimes companies provide. We can just go on, and we have, I know it's connected, Sara Giovannetti, that has a Bachelor in Computer Engineering at Politecnico of Milano, and then a master degree here in Sapienza in Management Engineering. Her research interests are about business process management and notation. She's working with Andrea Marrella, that will be her supervisor. And other research interests are the explainable AI and the security and risk management. Then we have here Agnese Masnaghetti. And Agnese reached a bachelor and master degree in management engineering here in Sapienza. She's working on several fields, I can say. Her smart mind is on social network analysis applied to improve safety, health and safety in the industrial context, and lean production system, and developing, studying on how to recognize personas inside the companies. Then, and I'm her supervisor. And then Sara Salvi. Here's Sara. And even Sara reached the bachelor and master degree on management engineering here in Sapienza. I'm a supervisor, and her smart mind will be on knowledge extraction and knowledge graph using generative AI to improve health and safety in industrial context. And her PhD is funded by ASL, one of the organizations that provide health support and activities in Italy. And so her work will even focus on improving health services in our country. We are just three. You may have a sense of déjà vu now. So I'm also here instead of the coordinator of the National PhD in Artificial Intelligence, Professor Giorgio Grisetti. The National PhD in Artificial Intelligence in Sapienza is one of the 5 federated national PhDs in AI, headquartered here in Sapienza with consortiated institutions from all around Italy, including Bari, Bolzano, Brescia, Cagliari, Calabria, Genova, Trento, Verona, etc. And we have a very broad PhD board with faculties from all participating institutions. And we train students with a strong emphasis on the foundations and the applications of cutting-edge artificial intelligence, as you'll see shortly. I apologize. Aspetta, faccio così. We have a few missing slides, so I'll skip those. Just say the name. Elisabetta Arba, she has a bachelor degree in management and engineering from Bologna and a PhD already in agro-food engineering from Bologna. And she's interested in large language model, data meshes, and AI governance, collaborating with European Foundation for Democracy and ESS, with supervisor Professor Mecella. No, that's it. Davide Bazzana, a bachelor degree from Sapienza in engineering and computer science, and a master's degree also in engineering and computer science. He's interested in human-centered AI and interaction, collaborating with several research groups here and abroad. And supervisors are Professor Marco Angelini from Unilink and Professor Tiziana Catarci from DIAG. Alessia Borghini, a bachelor degree in engineering and computer science and a master's degree in AI and robotics from Sapienza. She's interested in mechanistic interpretability, AI safety, and large language models. She's collaborating with Leonardo, and her supervisor is Professor Fabrizio Silvestri. Susanna Cifani, I will just skip. Leonardo Colosi has a bachelor degree in computer science and a master's degree also from our artificial intelligence and robotics master's degree. Hi. He's interested in large language models, also reasoning, planning, and reinforcement learning, collaborating with Bubblescape, and the supervisor is Professor Roberto Navigli. Chiara Dercoli, she has a bachelor's degree in informatics and management from Bolzano and a master's degree from Trinity College in Dublin. She's interested in AI, applied to medicine, digital twins, and RNA pathway analysis, and LLMs for clinical data, collaborating with some of our medical clinical departments here in Sapienza, and the supervisor is Professor Pietro Lio. Shunmei Dong, bachelor's degree from Beijing Institute of Technology in Optoelectronics. Hi. and a master's degree also in optoelectronic information science from the same institution. She's interested in human-robot imitation learning and robot perception, and the supervisor is Professor Giorgio Grisetti. Francesco Giarusso. You're here. You sent the slide. Really? Who? Che faccio? Should I? Okay, you can take the pin anyway. Sorry, we had a little bit of coordination issues. Elena Marafatto, she has a bachelor's degree in humanities from Ca' Foscari in Venice. Master's degree in linguistics from Sapienza University. She's interested in the use of large language model, evaluations, safety, and ethics, and she's working with Professor Roberto Navigli. Domenico Mecconi, also bachelor degree in computer science from Sapienza, and a master's degree from our AI and robotics master's degree. He's interested in LLMs, word sense disambiguation and computational semantics, working with Bubblescape, also with Professor Roberto Navigli. Francesco Ortame, a bachelor degree in economics from Sapienza and a master's degree in econometrics from Bologna, and he's been working as an NLP researcher at ISTAT. He's interested in NLP, abstract level language modeling, latent sentence representation, and explainable AI, and he's also working with Professor Roberto Navigli. Valerio Pradisi, a bachelor's degree in mathematics from Sapienza and a master's degree in computer science, also from Sapienza. He's interested in anomaly detection, transfer learning, few-shot algorithm, virtual reality, and augmented reality, and he's working with Professor Marco Marini. Salvatore Rago. Has a bachelor's degree in computer engineering and a master's degree in AI and robotics from Sapienza. He's interested in word sense disambiguation, diffusion language models, and explainable AI, and also working with Bubblescape and supervised by Professor Roberto Navigli. Giulia Ricci, bachelor's degree in philosophy from Chieti and a double master's degree in ethics of technology and scientific thought from, I guess, University of Rome in Sapienza, right? And University of Perugia. And she's interested in ethics of artificial intelligence, governance, algorithmic regulations, and digital public policy. And she's supervised by Professor Massimo Mecella. Emanuele Rucci, José Maria Salas, Gianmarco Scarano, bachelor degree in computer science and technology for software production from Bari, and a master's degree from our AI and robotics master's degree. He's interested in vision, AI application for medical imaging. I will not read the second one because I don't. It's an efficient VLMs for medical and biomedical purposes, collaborating with our clinical departments here in Sapienza and supervised by Professor Irene Merini and Professor Dr. Piero Papi. Giorgio Scavalli Veccia, bachelor degree in informatics and a master's degree in computer science from Sapienza, interested in the use of deep learning for medical imaging and EEG signals, and collaborating with the University of Lisbon on these topics, and supervised also by Professor Marco Marini. Andrea Sepielli, bachelor degree in engineering informatica from Roma 3 and a master's degree in engineering computer science from Sapienza, interested in AI applied to industrial processes, planning and decision support, and supervised by Professor Massimo Mecella and Dr. Flavia Monti from the DIAG department. Olga Sorokoletova, I mean, it's 80% of the correct. Can you hear? Bachelor degree in applied mathematics and computer science from Lomonos. Okay, this is from Moscow University. and a master's degree in AI and robotics from here, and a research fellow also here in Sapienza. She's interested in large language model safety and AI system certification, and she's supervised by Professor Daniele Nardi. Valerio Spagnoli. Bachelor degree and a master's degree in computer and control engineering and AI robotics from Sapienza. Is interested also in computer vision, spatial, artificial intelligence, perception and localization, and visual SLAM. And he is supervised by Professor Giorgio Grisetti. Gianluca Vannoli, sorry. Zhongmu Ying, also sorry. But can I say I'm a bit jealous of all the pins because I had to wait until I became an associate professor to get a pin. And, I mean, say you. Oh, sorry. Sorry, a spoiler for this, but it's a very big honor.
So actually, we finished perfect on time, even in advance. So we have a lot of time. So I was going to say the same thing that Luca was, but doesn't matter. So be proud of this pin, because, and don't lose it. It was difficult to have them today, so someone was going exactly only for you to take them in the merchandising shop that was closed from Friday. So we did a lot to give them to you. It's from the last year that we start. And as they mentioned, we only have it. Actually, I've never had it, because when I became professor associate, they doesn't exist. So I didn't have it, not even when I became a full professor. So I need to buy by myself. So you receive, maybe you don't realize, but you have receiving a very important present from us. So it's more difficult to have them than any other things. So then also, first of all, don't disappear. I want to take a picture all together. This will be difficult here. So I don't know where is Roberto with the camera. I want to take a picture on the stairs. So we need to manage how to stand all together along the stairs, also with the coordinator. But before going, just want to tell you my warm welcome here. As you have understand from the 3 presentations, at the beginning everything seems very, very nice. You will be, you're proud to be here. Everything, it's a happy life, a lot of young people. I'm doing a lot of stuff. Oh, how good am I? I can do a lot of job. And then you will arrive to the second year and you start saying, oh God, where I am, why I'm here. What can I do I will never finish my PhD on time. I will never be able to conclude anything. So don't be afraid. Resilience is an important stuff. Don't be afraid to be out of your comfort zone. So being out of the comfort zone means that you are making innovation. Otherwise, you will not do innovation if you are in your comfort zone. So warm welcome for all of you. There will be the lunch later at 1 a.m. here in the country, in our the department, come si dice, il cortile, that doesn't come to me. Courtyard, yes, sorry, doesn't come the word. I'm a little bit tired, I should say. So, welcome from everyone. I don't know, director, do you want to say something more? The director is not listening to me. Okay, so welcome to everybody, and then follow me for the picture. Volevi dire qualcosa? Saluto anche chi è online e chiudiamo la chiamata. Grazie a tutti.
Nulla.